We've got a lot of cuts coming our way too in Humberside, losing approximately 2 or 3 stations are looking to close down in our area.
The fire service is already stretched to capacity. We're now riding fire engines with crews of 4. Some brigades are even riding with crews of 3.
They're even taking away fire engines and giving us vans to drive around in.
In Norwich City, they cut 20% of fire engines a couple of years ago. We're now in the process of being consulted on the brigade's current integrated risk management plan, which has highlighted another £3 million in savings.
It's the same everywhere, no matter who we speak to from whatever brigade, the cuts are happening everywhere. They're happening in South Yorkshire. They've just proposed some new cuts now where they're on about making some of the 2 pump stations, the second appliance is going to become part-time at night. They're downgrading aerial appliances, so all these cuts are having an effect on safety for firefighters and for members of the public.
Historically, response times in the last 5 years have gone up by 1.5 minutes. So this is, cutting staff, cutting appliances is not going to make the situation any easier whatsoever.
Response times are extremely important for firefighter safety. Obviously, the sooner you get the fire plants there, the sooner you put in safe systems of work. So therefore, the fire plants have to be there quick, and the second and third fire plants have to be there quick as well, or you cannot put safe systems of work in. If you can't put safe systems of work in, firefighters are going to die.
In the West Midlands, a few years ago, we attended what we call Category A incidents. That's life risk incidents, like people who have got burning buildings. We used to attend over 95% of these incidents in under 5 minutes. Now, we're only attending 60% of them, and this is just going to get worse year on year. And basically, the longer it takes us to get there, the more people are going to die.
You don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're doing.
There's no way that firefighters can work to the age of 60 years of age, running into burning buildings and rescuing people.
Would you expect 58, 59-year-old firefighters crawling through confined spaces, working in temperatures 600-700 degrees, dragging casualties about?
The government commissioned their own report because they wouldn't believe the independent reports that we commissioned. That report stated that 66% of current firefighters will not be able to reach the age of 60. There was one recommendation to be dismissed under capability. So they're telling me that I've got to work for 35, 40 years and then be sacked at the end of it with no pension whatsoever.
We already pay one of the highest contribution rates in the public sector and private sector, getting off 13%, about £350 a month. And the reason we pay so much into a pension is so that we have the opportunity to be able to retire early because of the occupation that we do. What they keep saying is, though, is that there's redeployment opportunities. We don't have those opportunities in the fire service. All our jobs are front line.
It's important to a lot of people. You've got such a variation of people within the service between 10 years service and 30 years service already, and even those that are protected by the pensions are still really angry at what the government are trying to do.
It hasn't come to Northern Ireland yet, but we're extremely worried about it, and that's why we have a delegation from Northern Ireland here today to support our colleagues in England and Wales in the pension campaign and to support London in particular with the cuts agenda.
This is the biggest turnout we've had from South Yorkshire coming down to London. It's a fair way to travel, and as you can see, it's quite a long parade, so I don't think it's just